Well, good morning, everyone. This is Dave Nichols with lil'o'farm. It's a September 23rd, I believe. We've had about an inch of rain, inch and a half of rain the last couple of days, but I wanted to talk to you today about back to Eden gardening. And so I'm going to do my best. I'm going to take my hat off here and try to put you on top where you can kind of see what's going on. I want to start talking to you about that. So if you'll bear with me and stick with me, we'll try to talk to you about back to Eden gardening. So just give me a minute. All right, you should be seeing what I'm seeing now. So I'm going to start up the old tractor and I'm going to start talking to you about back to Eden gardening. I had the arborists come today. I had them come. They come on their own today, and they brought me a load of compost. So this is what it looks like. This is fresh. I mean, we just got it today. This load right here, this pile right here is from them today. So you can see at this time of year we still have a lot of leaves and things like that on the trees. So there's still a lot of green in there. You can see all that green, all the leaves in there. That helps it really break up well. Now they are bad about throwing trash in. You can see the trash that was in that pile. I have that problem quite often with them doing that, but you know, that's to be expected. And I usually just pick it out of the garden or wherever I'm taking this to, and I don't worry about it. You know, I figure it's a free resource, and I might as well, you know, just enjoy what I'm getting and be thankful. And I am, of course. I'm thankful for a lot of things in this world that God's given us, and that's one of them. But it's a free resource that you guys can use to help build your gardens. I have been doing back to Eden garden for quite a while. I just didn't realize that I was doing it. And I didn't have everything put together. I've been working with mulch for quite a while because it seems like on some things mulch seems to grow it well, and in other things it doesn't. So I just didn't have it all together. I was doing some things wrong. One of the things I was doing is I was taking this fresh mulch and I was mixing it into the garden. Well, that's not a good idea, because what I found out later is I've done some research. I found out that it was just actually robbing nutrition from the soil to break it down. So I was watching a show on YouTube. It was by the name of Paul Gauchi, and Paul said to make it as a cover, put it on top. So that's what I've been doing here in my gardens, as you can see here. Now I want you to notice one thing while we're here right now looking. I've got high fungal. You can see a lot of fungal in it. So when you've got a lot of fungal like that, you've got to think about it. When you get that much fungal, it's the plants that like fungal do exceptionally well. Now if you take the plants that don't like fungal, like a tomato or something like that, it doesn't do as well. And I'll get into that a little bit later. I'm going to do like a series on that. And by the way, this poor little tree right here's got worms eating it up. It's those little army worms, and I've got to get rid of them. I guess I'm just going to have to come out here and squeeze them and kill them out, but they've ate just about every leaf off of that curly willow. I don't know. This year I've got hit pretty hard with it, but I don't know. It's just a part of nature, I suppose. And I just let nature work itself out. I want you to look at this garden. This garden is just about 1 year old. That's all it is. It's just about 1 year old. And you can see all these pine trees. When I got these pine trees, they were probably a foot big. I mean, they were really small, and you can see how well they're growing and how they're just loving life. And you can see that watermelon over there. Well, it's working, but it's not that great. But see, that's what I'm trying to say. There's a difference between growing something in a fungal environment as opposed to like a bacterial type environment. And fungal, some things do well, some things don't. Now I'm learning this. This is something I just recently learned, that there is a difference between what we're doing with back to Eden gardening. And I had an idea, and I just kind of proved it to myself that you know, you have to get the right plant for it. I think if I was going to do tomatoes or anything like that that would need that wouldn't really particularly like fungal, I believe I would probably get, you know, more of a compost. And I want to show you that now too as I'm getting started. I want to go down here to the compost pile and show you how I'm breaking it down. And what I've done is I break a lot of these wood chips down to a compost, and then I put it on the garden. When I do that, it makes the garden exceptionally rich. You know, I even put you know, nitrogen and things like that in there, like chicken litter, to help it break down, you know, just a little bit quicker. Now, I do also know that this video is going to be a little bit longer than what I normally do. But if you'll hang with me, I think I can give you some ideas on backseat gardening that will really help you, because I'm learning it. And as I learn it, it's doing very well for me. I've been very pleased overall. There's still some things I need to do a little bit different. But the truth is, I think it's a worthwhile project. But you can see how I'm taking the wood chips that they bring, and I'm breaking them down to a compost. And I'm going to get in one of these piles right here that's not very old, and I'm going to show you how that this stuff's really breaking down, and it gets really hot. Hopefully this one here will be hot enough to show you. I did move it around the other day, so it might not be as hot as it was. Let's just see how it's pretty hot in there. Because I want to teach you that, you know, the compost is made really by the heat of the bacteria and different things inside the pile, all the microorganisms. You can see it starting to smoke there. And as the further we get down into the pile, the more and more you'll see it almost like it catches it on fire. It's amazing, and it breaks down all of that compost, all those wood chips really, really well. But you can see the smoke in it, and you can see how it's kind of changed to more of an ash. It's just amazing, that process. You can see it right there where it looks kind of like ashes, and it's because it gets so hot in there and it's breaking it down. But the concept of backseat gardening is where you're layering or covering the ground, and I happen to be doing it with wood chips. Again, it's a free resource, so it works very well for that. And you know, the men bring it to me, and they're always appreciative to be able to dump it, and I'm appreciative to have it. And this is an orchard, and you can just look. Now, I'm not, you know, I've got a tree dead there, a few little things, and that's because of watering issues. But the truth is, folks, it does very, very well. It does, it really helps these trees grow well. These here are red mulberries. I'm gonna have to trim them back and make them look like a tree. I've just got all kinds of things in here that it's done well. Some things are not, because of my own problems of not watering as I needed to. But you know, when you've got this covering on the land, you don't have to water near as much as you do when you have an open soil. What they're doing when they call it backseat gardening is they're going back to the way the forest breaks down. If you look at the forest, God's got this all figured out. I mean, we're just trying to hang on and learn things as we go, but He's got it all figured out. When you go back here on my property, you can see I'm breaking down some stuff right there, but it automatically has its own ecosystem back here. I mean, these trees drop their leaves, and they're fixing to start doing that real soon. Some of them have already done that. But it automatically starts breaking itself down back here. The soils and the plant life is almost like jungle-like. I mean, it's just so much plant growth everywhere. I mean, you can see it's all fighting for light because it's, you know, got a deep canopy here. I mean, tremendous canopy. But as we go along here, but you just start looking at this biosystem that's going on right here, all the biological, all the nutrition and stuff that's happening. See, I even got grass in here where grass shouldn't be. I mean, this grass should not be growing here in this area at all, because it just there's no sunlight, but yet it's growing. There's a mimosa tree. Had no idea I had that up there. Those things seem to grow wherever they want to. They're amazing to me. But you can see the ecosystem here. I mean, it's just phenomenal. You can look down there and see all this stuff breaking down, just like my wood chips. It's breaking down, and as it breaks down, it feeds the soil. So that's what you're doing with the concept of back to Eden gardening, is you're feeding the soil. And now it's pretty wet down here because we just had a lot of rain, but I just want you to see how the ecosystem works. So look around this tree, you can see all the leaves are breaking down, and you know, it automatically breaks down and feeds, and it feeds, and it feeds. I'm gonna pull this back, and I want you to notice something. Look how dark this soil is. Well, when you do the back to Eden gardening, when you try it and do it, that's what it does to your soil. And I'm going to show you later on. I'm going to do several series on it. But it makes your soil, your clay soil, just as dark as it can be. So I wanted to show you that that's the concept here, is trying to get back to the way nature and the way God put it together for us to, you know, feed the soil. So instead of, you know, taking from the soil and adding a lot of the, you know, things like fertilizers and things like that, why not just feed the soil with you know, anything you can get? Leaves work great, things like that. So consider these things, and I'm going to keep talking to you later about the Back to Eden gardening. If you get a chance, watch Paul Gauchi on Back to Eden gardening, and that will help you a lot. Thanks for watching today. God bless.